And we are live. Hello, everybody. Savante here. It is Monday, March 16th. I don't know where these days have gone, but somewhere they have evaporated into some vortex that we call life. So I'm okay with that. I'm learning how to fold time and stretch time and uh, pull time forward and move timelines and all that good stuff. But that's for another show. So, welcome, whether you are joining us here live, whether you're going to catch this later on LinkedIn or Facebook or YouTube or anywhere that you may see this. We welcome you here to the Nourish Your Soul show. And I have a really great show tonight with Dr. Bayla Portzline. But before she comes on the show, I have to recap a little bit of what happened last week because, hey, Linda, hey, Denise, because something extraordinary has added to that. Denise, I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so let's just get into it. Last week, I mentioned that I always pull a card of the month. And when I was on the phone with Denise, I had said that the card of the month for the month of March is, and this is one of our altar cards, is mustard seed, faith. And I really took that as a very powerful sign to see this card. I think we all did. Well, the next day, which was Monday, which was last week's show, okay, we're on the phone with Linda McVie. We're on the show. And we pull mustard seed again, because I always pull a card at the end of the show, whoever I'm interviewing. And then Linda gets mustard seed. Well, one of our guests was watching, Lisa, to say her name's Lisa. And Lisa had asked me, we talked about pulling a card, and I felt that card was really for everybody who was watching. You should go back on YouTube and look at the archives. Well, here's the greatest thing. Lisa writes to me today, and she says, you won't believe it. I am doing something really cool. I'm doing this training, it's like a ministry. She's training to work with people who are in prison. So when she's at the training, the trainer hands her a jar with a mustard seed in it. I mean, are you kidding me? If this ever wasn't so perfect to share that story, I don't know what is. Probably what's perfect is me sharing that and then now talking about our guest today, because I don't want to go on too much because I want to spend all the time we have with her. So Dr. Bayla Portzline is an epic person. I've known her a very long time. When I say many decades, I mean many decades. She is, we all are from New Mexico, and Breaking Bad and was so big and still an iconic part of Albuquerque. Well, the spinoff show is Better Call Saul. So if you're in business, I always like to say you better call Bayla. I bet she's laughing her butt off right now that I said that. So let me just bring her on, and I will give you more of a bio as she just explains herself. So let me welcome to the show, Nourish Your Soul show, Dr. Bayla Portzline.
Thank you so much. I'm literally looking for mustard seed and seeing if I had anything around my house, but no, I was trying to get in with the theme. But thank you for that beautiful intro.
Has anyone ever said to you, better call Bayla? That's so perfect for you. When in doubt, call Bayla.
Thank you. I so appreciate that. Yeah, you've just made my day.
So it's very interesting when we're trying to talk about what this show was about, because Dr. Bayla Portzline, and where she's going to share all about herself in just a second, we can travel so many universes on this show, but who listens to our show? Are we one of those corporate executive C-suites? Not necessarily. We're a Nourish Your Soul show. So what we do here is look at how we can support ourselves emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And whether that's in business or that's in personal, frankly, I think once you have that alignment, everything, is affected, including your business, including your personal. So that's a really unique world, kind of exactly how I am traversing sort of spirit and the real world 53D, and you do that, and you do that really well. So let me give you the floor and share a little bit, a lot of it, whatever you want a bit about yourself.
Oh gosh, that's a lot.
All right,
Let's see.
in a
A little
thumbnail.
bit. Yeah, it's
A
like
bit.
I'm a super big introvert, and then once you get me talking, it's like, okay, okay, time's up. Um, I
Where's my
think
bell? The other day at a meeting, we had a sound. We had a Tibetan bowl. We just had to, ding it. Like, okay, or I
you
had
need
a
that
hood
or the
knife
hook for
somewhere.
me. You could
Yeah.
just do the hook if it's getting too much.
Well,
No,
I'll
I
just stay removed from the interview, but I won't do that ever to you. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
all right, what to tell? Okay, so yeah, all of it. I do business strategy, and I really work more behind the scenes looking at what are those blocks that prevent people from living their dream life and creating their dream business. And you said the word alignment, right? And that's something that as I get older, I really work. I mean, I can't say I'm 100% in alignment. None of us really are, but I'm always striving to be at this place where my words, my behaviors, and my thoughts all are together. And
Congruent.
when that happens, it's so much more powerful when it comes to growing your business, designing your life. Like you don't have to work as hard when you are really clear on who you are and why you're here. And so that's where I like to play, just like you do. I mean, I know you play in that same area, and
Yeah.
that's all. I mean, it sounds really simple, but literally that's it. It's like if something doesn't feel right and you know either in your body, your mind, like something is dropping in and it's like that's a no, then it's a no. But a lot of times we try to hustle, we try to grind, we try to move through it. Like if someone said to you like, hey Savante, you want to help me move this weekend? And you're like, no, not really. But instead you're like, oh well, Bayla asked me, she's a super nice person, she'd do these things for me. And meanwhile the answer was no. And if you could sit in that and really understand that that is the answer, it makes everything so much easier. But a lot of us get stuck in that spin cycle. So that's kind of where I play.
I love that. And what I love is that through the decades I've watched you just sort of be like this, I'm going to call it like a corporate tycoon, like, government contracts, announcing all these major things that you've done or you're doing for people. And then I kind of started watching you start to segue, like owning your spirituality. Like, and that for me was decades before where it was like, do I want to be the spiritual person like over here and not here? Or do I want to be who I am, authentically sovereign all the time? And there is that transition where like, do I want to just be me, not hiding? And I just saw you coming out so much in this way. And I thought, well, that's just amazing because sometimes, we keep these, departments or compartmentalized of like, this is my executive corporate world and this is who I am, what I really am. I loved how you kind of you went there from there and now you're kind of everywhere in all of it. Is that right? Do I have that?
It,
That's
it,
my
it you know, I compare it to like, I don't know if you change your name ever when you get married, but like, when I first got married, it was like the name, like changing my name was so foreign. I couldn't say like, my name was Barbara at the time, but that's a whole other story. But Bayla Portzline, I would have to spell out Portzline. I'd be like, my last name is Portzline, Portzline, until it would like sink in because I was so used to being Barbara Zuckerman for, so many years.
Yeah.
And it was like this odd place where it just felt like, I don't know, like I know this is where I'm going, but I'm not quite there and comfortable yet. And that was the same thing for me moving from business strategy, which I did for years. And you're right, it was like government contracts and talking to all these people and doing all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, it evolved. It feels like all of a sudden, one day, it was like, oh, I'm super psychic, I think. And then I would be hysterical laughing. I'm like, I think I'm psychic. I don't really know, like it was just so foreign. And it is a process. And now it's, I finally feel like I'm at this place where it's actually not separated. I do both. And someone comes to my office and I never know why they're coming. I don't know if they're coming, like they say they're coming for business. So I'm thinking, okay, we're going to do like forecasting and a spreadsheet and a business plan. And then it's like I have tissues hiding on my counter, and then I have like a gazillion crystals and all the things, and it works. And I don't know how. And then the other thing that's been really interesting is I have a lot of larger clients that I've had for years in New Mexico, and they always thought I was a little like woo woo weird. They're like, okay, well, you're like a little weird, but like we still are going to give you a contract, and you have good people, and you do this work. But now these are the people that are calling me, and they're like, hey, Bayla, I know, like, you might know, but I think my staff are doing like hoodoo voodoo on me. And it's like, dude, I'm like, first of all, they're two different things. I'm like, hoodoo is a ritual practice, voodoo is a religion. And it's like, maybe they just don't like you. Like, let's feel into it, like, what's going on. But what's happening is I think the world is also accepting this more.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
clients are, everyone's waking up in different ways. So, yeah, it's super fun.
I think the Matrix did us the best favor when
Mm-hmm.
they had the Oracle on, as one of the main characters explaining what, being in the Matrix. It was the best thing that could have happened, because I know having to explain myself as the food Oracle and what is that, and, coming out into this thing. Now it's been a while, that thing. And I think there is absolutely a blend, and we've traversed mainstream, that's for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
people are probably wondering, what does this have to do with the topic of the show? Well, I think we're kind of floating right into that perfect thing. And just so you know, I've been hiding it, but I want you to see what I am wearing.
Uh-oh.
First off, let me show it to you, and then I'm going to tell you where I got it. I want you to see what I'm wearing.
Oh, wow.
I got this at the top of a mountain at a very old, it's called the Monkey Temple in Kathmandu, Nepal. Thousands of monkeys are running around the most ancient old monuments, and it's a sacred place. But monkeys are everywhere. But there was a kiosk just as I was hiking down, and I was like, I need to have this. But in
That's
honor of you,
cool.
and because you gave me the most profound reading, I didn't even know what was in store for me when I went and had a reading with you, but we were discussing, just spoiler alert, it's not really a spoiler. It's like, pay attention, everyone. You all heard that we're going to be doing a Taos Nurse Your Soul retreat, and I've been
Yep.
gathering the right healers, and Dr. Bayla is one of them. So I said, you know what? I really want to see what that world of grid energetic work is, whether it's something that comes up professionally or business. So I booked a session with Dr. Bailey to see what that was going to be. And woo, here she's on the show. There's a reason that she's here. And
Let me show you my necklace.
yeah,
Just
show me.
kidding. Just kidding.
Get out of here. I just was like, what am I going to wear tonight? I'm like, are you kidding? It's like I'm bringing in the ancients, talking about that. So let's get into grids. Like, people see, I'm going to put the one with the heart on.
Sure.
Heart on.
Heart on.
Don't go there, people. Let's see.
And I knew I needed to be on my best behavior.
I know. Right, we're on LinkedIn. Sorry, LinkedIn. Was that a little too much for you? I hope not. Okay, so I'm trying to put I'm not. There we go. Oh, that's not the one I wanted to do. But let's just start with that. Maybe that's the one we were supposed to do. Okay, so let's talk about what a grid is. Hence the necklace and what she just showed. What is this? Because people see these. I really wanted to show the other one, but maybe this is what we're. Should I try to get the other one going?
Yeah.
I think so too. Okay, there we
you
go.
go.
There we go. Okay, go for it.
Okay, so a crystal grid is an intentional arrangement of crystals that are placed often in a geometric pattern to focus and amplify a specific intention. So this one, I have the rose quartz in the center, and it's literally to amplify love. And so all of the supporting stones around it help to amplify the intention behind this grid, which was literally to heal the world. I did this grid in whatever year COVID was. I don't even remember anymore. That's how my brain is.
Yeah,
But it
20
was,
and 21, 20 to 22.
yeah, and I put that out because there was just so much fear and anxiety and all of the things, and I started getting into crystal grids at that time. But all crystal grids, they have some type of intention. You always start with an intention. You have a center stone that really anchors that intention, and then you pick the supporting stones that reinforce. So I have Lumerian quartz there. I have opalite, which gives joy. All of the things, and yeah, and that was one of my favorite grids. I love that one.
Awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to switch it. And
Okay,
now let's talk about what are we seeing here?
so over the course of, oh gosh, I guess it was 10 years, I started moving to the crystal started like literally talking to me and I don't know how to explain that other than say they started talking to me, and I started doing something called the crystal grid readings. And so I do them in person and I do them virtually, and when I do them virtually, this is like I use all different crystals, but this is like my main set of crystals, and I have them usually placed on this grid next to me in that order, and I work with a client and I have them without overthinking, without, oh, look at your glasses, so beautiful, without overthinking, without over analyzing, to just pick 13 crystals that call to them. And so so they pick by those numbers. Would you like me to continue? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to take that off screen, bring
Okay.
you back. So what I found, I didn't know. I mean, I see people make these grids all the time. People are always posting them. I always think it's pretty fascinating. I love crystals, but I really honestly have not spent time like laying them all out and looking at them, but they're so beautiful. And then you did this, I saw it and I was like, oh, she's doing a labyrinth. She knows I love labyrinths. And but I thought it was really amazing what you do. And not only do you pick your was it the numbers that you pick or the stones? Oh no, you just pick and you tell me the numbers. Yeah, I was actually tuning into numbers, and then they have to be related to the stones. Some people pick the stones. It's however spirit leads you.
Yep.
Then from there, you kind of do what you do, and then you'll have to get a reading with her to see. And she proceeded to take the ones that I chose and throw them out and cast them into a way where she was able to give me a really profound reading that was very accurate. And it was business and it was personal, and it really was great. And I said, oh my God, the people who are coming to Taos. Now, for those of you who've ever been to Taos, for those of you who don't, please get one of the spots because they're already, I can't believe, already half filled for next June 2027. But what would you say in your own words would describe, and you've done retreats up there. In fact, you've done retreats where we're going to be doing the retreat. Yep. What would you say about the energy of Taos to bring people to know how amazing and sacred the Native American energies and everything else is up there?
Taos is very special. You know, there's something about the land there where you feel it. And so even if you are one of those humans that just like runs through your day and, goes to work, goes home, does all the things, getting out there outside of your element and just being on that land, I feel like there is activation that you don't even expect. There are very few places that I've been that have so much history in the land. I think there's another piece too, for those of you that are sensitive to energies, you can feel ancestral trauma in that land, and you can feel the pride of the people that live there now, and you can feel the connection, and you can actually, I know it sounds super woo, and that's okay, because it's what I feel is like you can feel the connections being rebuilt in a very different way than any other place on earth.
I love that explanation. And this show is all woo.
Good.
So we're not in a non-woo environment. You can use woo as you want. In fact, I'm going to tell you a woo story about Taos. I had spent some time at Ojo Caliente. And for those of you who don't know, these are old, beautiful natural mineral springs. And you go from one to the next and they have a different mineral. Well, the one that's inside the room, you know where I'm talking about, I went in and meditated in there, and they told me that they were 3,000, the water told me that they were 3,000 years old, and that there was gold running through the water, and that I needed to breathe in the essence of gold in that water space. Like I was in a golden hut. And I was just really picturing what it must have been like 3,000 years ago. We're still honoring that water. I know someone's going to be sending this to Ojo and verifying it out, but this is what they told me in that moment, and I believe it.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
very special place, but with people who are going on our Taos retreat will be experiencing those waters. They will be experiencing a crystal grid reading with Dr. Bayla, as well as going to the earth ships, which are unbelievable. Like there's nothing in the world like this. This is the original colony for those who know about earth ships. My friends got married in one of them. It's like chills. The whole entire trip is going to be a trip.
And there's a labyrinth on the property too, which is gonna be amazing. Like, yeah, there's just
No monkeys, no monkeys, but we may be monkeying around a little bit in the vortex of that labyrinth.
it's the land is living. I think that that's the thing. A lot of times people travel and they see the land as like something to heal them. And New Mexico is very different. The land there is living. It's a partner. It's a very different relationship than you might expect. It's about partnering with the land, and you can feel it, and you can feel like that reciprocal community that you
Yeah,
cannot feel in other places. It's not about taking, it's about partnering. And
I
it's one
love
of those places, yeah, it's very different. And it's going to be it's such a magical, beautiful place. So I'm super excited. I can't wait.
super excited. Linda, you should join us. Linda went on our Costa Rica retreat, which is also a
Mm.
very special place, but there's nothing like New Mexico, fondly known as the land of enchantment. And I lived there for 15 years. Dr. Bayla still lives there. And it's just a very special place. Forget about the best food on the planet. There's that too.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to share with people. And by the way, if there's anybody here who wants to throw in a question for Dr. Bayla before we head off, and then we'll be sure and give you your info, because if you don't want to wait till June of 2027 to get a reading from her, I wouldn't. I'd go sooner. She'll provide that information. Um, if this show was edited and all pre-recorded, and we did all those things, I would cut to like a commercial and kind of do a plug, but we don't really have that. So I am going to just say that this is show, because we are women, we are sponsored by eWomen Network, which I'm a proud managing director, and the founder is coming to Southwest Florida May 28th for Amazing Success Summit. I don't think we'll be doing crystal grid readings there, but we will be doing $1 million strategies in a different way.
That's good.
Maybe you should fly out. There was something else that was like, okay, let's cut to doing a reading. And if we pull mustard seed, I don't even know what I'm going to, I don't even know what I'm going to do. But do you have a question you want me to just say, like, for your highest good, what you need to know right now?
Highest good. Highest good.
Okay, here we go. I am. I think I'm mostly pulling from the second deck, although I think this might be a little mix of 1 and 2. And by the way, you are also an Oracle deck creator. You've done 1 or 2 now. How many of you? You've got a few going.
A few.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't stop. Talk. You know when they say hashtag unstoppable, that would be her. I'm that way too, but we are definitely in a pod. All right, this is for your highest and best. Let's see what it said. Oh, I love this one. Okay, it's
I
not.
bet it's a vegetable. Is it a vegetable?
It is. Well, you have a fruit. You have a fruit, a vegetable, herb, a nut, or a spice. You had a few choices,
Okay.
but I really like this one. And here's what it is.
Oh,
endive. But do you see the word sovereign?
I do. Mm-hmm.
And I really love that. And here's what I love about this for you. First off, I see it as very feminine, right? A basket. But I also see that, like, all the things that you do that speak to your heart, you're holding them. And then I see you as just like holding, like stepping aside and looking back at all the things that you've done and looking at where you've honored your sovereignty, and that's giving you inspiration to where you're going to go next. And so I think sovereignty is a really important piece for you to know, that to honor your sovereignty, particularly when it comes to what speaks to your heart. That's what I'm seeing here.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Anything you see from this? It was fun when we were doing card readings during our reading. Oh my God, I love that deck, by the way. Anyways, anything that pops up for you, not to put you on the spot. Hey, I have some certified readers here. Anyone else want to throw in with Dr. Bayla? On sovereignty?
I can just say it looks like there's some, it just looks like, it feels like it's like, this is your new direction. That's what it feels like to me. It's like, these are all the things you've done and the path forward is uncharted and it's exciting. It just feels exciting. And endives, I don't mind. I don't like a lot of vegetables, but that's one of the ones I can eat. So that's good. Perfect.
Oh, good. Yeah, it almost feels like it's saying, now what? Because this is like Howard, my husband, has a tattoo right here, and it says, "This is who we are." And he's referring to us, like, this is who we are. And that is like, this is who I am. This is the sovereign being I am. Because you've said to me before, like, I'm moving into crone time and I just want to be who I am. Like, you're really stepping into that sovereign being, whether it's the business tycoon or it's, the grid reader or whatever it is. You're just ready to just be authentically you without having to care. That's what I get.
Feels good. I love it. Thank you.
And I really feel that that's something we should all strive to. Linda, here, let's see what Linda says. She's certified in both level 1 and 2. Community came to me when I saw the basket. Well, I love that. And we're going to have a sovereign experience up in Taos. So if you are interested in Taos, go on the SIFT, CIFT official website, siftofficial.com, and there is information on there. We are only taking 20 spots, and we've already filled 10. People do know to book early on our ventures because they do fill up. So if you are thinking about it, you will be joining not only me and Dr. Bayla, but we have a few other incredible healers that will be sprinkled throughout this year. We'll be inviting them onto the Nourish Your Soul show. So thank you for being here. Any last thoughts or feelings or
I got all the feels. I just can't wait. I just can't wait for Taos. I can't wait for all of the amazing work that you do and everything. And I'm just so thankful to be here, and I just feel blessed. So thank you.
Tell us how they can reach you if someone feels they want to get a crystal grid reading, because
you can reach me either on Facebook, literally, Dr. Bayla Portzline in the Nourish Your Soul show page, on that page in the group, and businessbreakthroughmentor.com. However, your listeners will get a 20% discount. So even if you find me through my website, don't book through the website. Just enter the contact form, and then I can schedule you.
Oh
There
my
you go.
All right, thank you. All right, stick around. I'm going to hang up with everybody. Thanks for being here. Lots of love. God bless. See you next week. Oh, wait, I lied. Next week we are going dark or not doing this show. I have to do a show unless if suddenly Denise, I haven't even asked, Denise likes to do incredible filling in and she's an amazing tapper. So you may just check the Facebook page. We either may not be doing a show next Monday or you may see Denise filling in. So, all right, there's that. Take care, everyone.